Hello and welcome to this week's Saturday Evening Cocktail. Happy Super Bowl weekend. Super Bowl, a uniquely wonderful American holiday. Talking Super Bowl, why don't we talk about a scorpion ball? Of course, we see this on menus. We used to see it on menus when there were such things like restaurants. And it's just a big old bowl of drinking that we'd all drink out of. But I am going to go with the Smuggler's Cove textbook here, and I'm going to read you a little bit. Steve Crane's riff on Trader Vic's iconic drink brings better balance and complexity to this famous recipe. Vic invented the idea of the shared bowl with long straws in the 1940s by reviving the dormant punch tradition and marrying it to the traditions of the kava bowl ceremony, which he witnessed in Micronesia. Again, to me, I've never even had one of these. I've never drank out of one of these, so I think this is going to be fun. And I bought a bowl. I'm very, very, very proud of this. Proud of this purchase. So, I made a couple of small adjustments to the recipe, but we're going to get rolling on this. And we're going to start with 2 ounces of lime juice and a little over 4 ounces of freshly squeezed orange juice. And they make a point to say you want to freshly squeeze the juice for this drink. I'm going to use Demerara syrup, an ounce and a half of that. And I made this up just the other day, so this is fresh. It's been sitting in the fridge waiting for this very recipe. And it also calls for some orgeat syrup, which I'm actually out of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a few corners and put an extra drop of Demerara syrup into it. And I'm going to call upon old friend Amaretto, which is going to lend us some of those flavors. And I'm going to put in about an ounce of that is all you really need. Didn't make it to the store in town to buy the extra syrup, but you've seen me use that in other drinks. We need brandy, and for brandy, I'm actually going to use cognac, which is, of course, essentially the same as brandy, but from the cognac region, the same as champagne and sparkling wine. And that is going to require 2 ounces of brandy. And interestingly enough, now, this part of the recipe actually dropped in and out of this drink over time. And for this one, it's in, and it's gin. And I'm going to use Nikka Coffee Gin. It actually requires 4 ounces of that. Hope I get some help with this one tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4. And lastly, we need some lightly aged rum. And I'm actually going to try to get a couple of different runs of flavor. So I'm going to use a 12-year aged rum and then a light blended rum. So I'm going to do this with 2 kinds of rum. So again, a slight variation on the recipe. Super Bowl weekend, if I'm betting with my head, obviously I'm going Kansas City by a touchdown. But I don't bet with my head, bet with my heart. So, Tampa, the over. Take both of those, parlay them with red Gatorade, you're going to have a good gambling night. So we got 4 ounces of rum, 4 ounces of gin, 2 ounces of cognac, an ounce of amaretto, about 2 ounces, roughly, of Demerara syrup, orange juice, lime juice. Now, this recipe calls to be sort of mixed between 2 tins. And I don't do this a lot, but it calls to be flash blended. So, I got this new fancy blender here, and we're just going to pour this right in. Full of ice, and let's hope we don't get any technical difficulties because I haven't even used this blender yet. It's that new. And we'll put it on and give it a couple of quick blends. And it looks flash blended. All right. All that ice is crushed up. And then I'm going to take out my blade here, safely out of the way, and pour it into my bowl for the occasion. And look at that, fits perfectly. And now, if you want some of the tradition you get at the restaurants, of course, a little bit of higher proof rum and a little bit of fire. And there we have it, Scorpion Bowl. with some friends. They sell these like 20-inch straws that you can use, so you can still have a socially distanced scorpion bowl. I would otherwise suggest a, you know, maybe get a turkey baster and portion it out from here. But let's give it a try. Oh, that's good. That is good. And as you can see, you get a nice little bit of flame going on it, and I should get some help drinking this, but you know, we'll just have to see. Everybody be safe, wear your mask, call the people you love. Go Bucks, go Tom, the greatest of the greats. One more for the big guy. Everybody be safe out there. Enjoy.